So in the last class, we were doing types of investments. We have already discussed your equity shares, bonds, debentures, treasury bills, and deposit related investments. Just a second, let me find my pen. It was just here. So we had already done your deposit related investments, right? So we are supposed to start with your government schemes. Okay? Just a second. I think somebody is trying to enter the classroom. Yeah. So about the government schemes, the first is National Saving Certificate, right? So some of them are tax saving also. So why do we invest in these schemes? Basically, because we want to save our tax, right? So under section 80C, your 80CCD, and there are different sections. तो आप जो है टैक्स एग्जेम्पशन आपको मिल जाता है 1.5 लाख का annually, right? And how, where do you invest this 1.5 lakh? You can invest it in NSC, right? So NSC 8 ka, earlier we used to have two issues. One was NSC 8 and one was NSC 9, right? Now this has been discontinued, right? So for NSC 8, your lock-in period is for 5 years, and your interest rate is around 8%. It might have reduced because of the lockdown. So I'll have to check the latest rate, but it usually revolves around 8%, right?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Another option in order to save taxes, yes.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but I think someone is waiting.
All right. See, 10 minutes have already passed, right? So
So,
all the students
so ma'am,
must join the class within first 5 minutes. Yes, Utkarsh.
maybe you can keep the same link for you. Maybe you can keep the same link for every class so that like you won't have to allow each and everyone again and again.
Okay, I'll check that out because I was
That's
thinking of
possible.
creating, scheduling the classes in the Google Calendar. But for that also we need, I think, some admin rights. So is that possible? If we keep the same link, then we don't have to admit the students again and again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For other classes, they are just a single link posted in
Hmm.
the group description, and we enter it from there.
All right, great. Then we will do that from next time. Chalo. So let's move on to our presentation. So we were doing PPF, right? So PPF is Public Provident Fund, right? See, there are different kinds of provident funds. You will have RPF, right? Recognized provident funds and unrecognized provident funds. I hope there are no more students. So you can have different kinds of funds, right? Recognized, and then you have unrecognized provident funds. Then you have these public provident funds also, right? Since more than 90% of the workforce in India works in unorganized sector, right? So these people don't have access to your recognized provident funds, right? So in order to plan your retirement, you can always invest in your public provident funds, right? But the problem here is that the lock-in period is very long. It's 15 years. Okay. So practically, if you have excess money on your hand, you don't know what to do with it, right? You can invest in PPF, but generally we consider it as a wastage of money, right? Because the lock-in period here is very long, right? And the rate is around 7%, 7.1%. Okay.
In
These
case of
days, what
emergency, we can do it before the 15-year period as well, na?
there will be, I think after sixth or seventh year, you can withdraw. Okay. But then there will be a penalty for that, right? So you cannot, initial जो 5 years है उसमें तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं निकाल सकते, उसके बाद you can withdraw, but then there will be a little bit of penalty on that, right? But these days, people don't prefer investing in PPF because of the long, investing periods, long lock-in periods. So people tend to go to ELSS, equity linked saving schemes, right? So इसमें क्या होता है? There are different mutual fund schemes also. So where you can invest, the minimum lock-in period here is 3 years only. And the before 2016, the interest earned was also great, right? People used to earn between 10 to 15%. But since this is market linked, right, equity linked, so it carries a risk also. So somebody who is very risk averse, and mind you, we have a lot of people, especially in the older generation, right? They would any day prefer investing in PPF rather than investing in ELSS. So then after that, public provident fund comes infrastructure bonds. So infrastructure bonds may see there are different infrastructure companies, right? Such as your REC, Rural Electrification Company. Then you have your National Housing Company, right? So similar to this, जो भी आपका infrastructure building के लिए government ने बना रखी है corporation, right? Your Power Corporation also, right? Power Corporation of India, something कुछ इस तरह से होगा, right? So all these are your infrastructure companies, and their bonds are rated well. So ये infrastructure bonds जो हैं, इस पे क्या होता है कि आपका जो interest है, इसके लिए what has happened is that just a second. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So why don't you take a break, right? So I'll just be back. I have something urgent.
Okay, ma'am.
मैक्रो की क्लास में अटेंडेंस हो रही है? भाई कोई तो बता दो।
क्या बोला, दोबारा बोल।
नहीं हुई।
मैक्रो की क्लास में अटेंडेंस हो रही है?
सर बोलते हैं अटेंडेंस ले लो, पर पता नहीं लेते नहीं है ऐसा अलग से बता के, रोल कॉल नहीं लेते।
मुझे भी नहीं लगता सर लेता।
चलो ठीक है, बाकी सब में हो गया ना?
बाकी में हो रही है।
कोई-
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was somebody at the door. So that is the problem of taking classes from home. So we were discussing infrastructure bonds, right? So infrastructure bonds, there are different infrastructure companies, right? REC, NHAI, और आपकी Power Finance Corporation हो गया. So all these issue you infrastructure bonds. So these were when they were floated at that time. Government had declared that only interest income. If you look at your budget of 2016 ka announcements, right? So at that time they had said that only interest income on these bonds will be tax free, right? Whereas if you look at your provident fund, this comes in the exempt, and exempt category, right? What does this mean? This means that your principal will also be exempt, whatever interest you earn on it, that also will be exempt, and on withdrawal, the any capital gain इस पे तो नहीं, but इस पे होगा. So on withdrawal, whatever money you get, right, so that will also be exempt. Okay. So principal, interest, and withdrawal, everything is exempt in PPF. But the problem is the lock-in period, which is 15 years, right? Infrastructure bond में in budget of 2016, government had announced that only interest income on these bonds will be tax free. Rest will be taxable, including your capital gains. Capital gains means जिस टाइम आपने इन्वेस्ट किया था उस टाइम सपोज करो इसका वैल्यू था 100 रुपीज. नाउ व्हेन यू आर यू नो जब आपका ये रिडम्पशन हो रहा है इसका, उस टाइम इसका वैल्यू हो गया 112.57. So this capital gain of 12.57 rupee, this also, right, will be, this will also will be taxable, right? But if you see the latest notifications, in that you can invest up to 20,000 in these bonds, and that will be taxable, right? So principal up to 20,000 currently is tax free in infrastructure bonds, right? After that, you have your post office schemes, right? So post office schemes were basically, brought into existence for people in small cities also, right? So they wanted to, increase the financial reach, or basically for financial inclusion, and they have introduced different kinds of deposits. You will have your saving deposits, you will have your monthly deposits, which will be nothing but your RDs, recurring deposits. So every month you will be depositing. Then you have your time deposits also. And one interesting article I came across, that during lockdown, post office has started this service where a human ATM goes to every home, right? And they distribute cash. So you can, if you have, your account in your post office, right? So you can apply online also, or if you see the postman passing by, you can ask him, right? And then they will deliver the cash to your home, to at your doorstep only, right? So this was one service that post office was providing during lockdown, right? So why this has happened? Because they already had an extensive network of accounts with them, right? So उसी के basis पे you can extend more services, right? Then comes your equity linked saving schemes. This I already told you, lock in period is 3 years, right? And इसमें interest, it totally depends on the equity linked saving scheme that you have invested in. For instance, I had two schemes in tax savers. One was your Reliance tax saver, which kind of brought down my whole portfolio down even before lockdown, right? So ये वाली scheme तो मेरी हमेशा loss में ही रही, right? इसके अलावा there was one हाँ IDFC का, IDFC tax advantage, right? So both were, I think, growth plans. This was also ELSS. Then G means growth plan. This was also, I think, growth plan, right? Or maybe balanced fund.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So like it's equity link. So like how is it related to equity? Like is it some kind of a link with share market or something?
Yes. So this Reliance tax saver I'm talking, and IDFC tax advantage, these are mutual funds, right? तो ये जो म्यूचुअल फंड्स है, इसका जो कॉम्पोजिशन आपको जो मंथली आपको रिपोर्ट आती है म्यूचुअल फंड में, उसमें दे विल शो यू द कॉम्पोजिशन, ठीक है? कौन सा उन्होंने डिफरेंट एक पूरा पोर्टफोलियो बनाया होगा, राइट? सो लेट्स से 20 और 10% इन रिलायंस शेयर्स, ठीक है? फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने 20% डाला हुआ है लेट्स से SBI में, राइट? So there will be different companies or different kinds of equities which will be mutual fund का पूरा composition होगा, right? And उसमें majority stake जो है वो equity का होगा, because see if it's a growth plan तो majority उसमें equity ही रहने वाला है, right? So these saving schemes are nothing but mutual funds, right? So mutual funds में you invest, जिसमें underlying security is your equities of different companies. Clear?
Yes.
So next is your mutual funds. So mutual funds may see, if you want to invest, so you can either go through an agent also, right? Your broker also, or you can directly invest in mutual funds if you want to do it yourself. So उसके लिए बहुत सारे platforms हैं. One is your Upstocks, right? Another is Zerodha, right? So Zerodha has come up with different apps, ठीक है? So एक उनका जो एक Kite करके ऐप है, ठीक है, दैट इज फॉर योर रेगुलर इन्वेस्टिंग. अगर आपको इक्विटी में करना है, डेरिवेटिव्स में करना है, या फिर कमोडिटीज में करना है. एंड इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, देयर इज वन मोर ऐप कॉल्ड कॉइन विच इज फॉर म्यूचुअल फंड्स. व्हाई दे हैव सेपरेटेड इट? बिकॉज इस पे इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग बहुत होता है, राइट? सो इसका जो लोड है वो आपका हैवी रहता है. सो दे विल हैव टू डिजाइन इट मोर in a more sophisticated manner, right? Whereas somebody who invests in mutual funds, they will invest it, and after a few months they will review their investments. So they are kind of passive investors, right? So for that they have come up with another app called Coin. You can download it if you want, right? उसके लिए पहले आपको Zerodha के साथ अकाउंट खोलना पड़ेगा. You will have to send your documents. There is a fee of I think minimal fee 300 rupees, and for every transaction they charge you 20 rupees, right? So those are the charges. And इस तरह से बहुत सारे और भी एप्स रहेंगे, ये सिर्फ यही एप्स नहीं है, right? So you can invest through any app. Then you have your unit linked.
So how are these mutual funds?
Hmm.
How are these mutual funds different from those equity linked savings schemes?
म्यूचुअल फंड्स
Both are.
जो है उसमें और बहुत सारे होंगे. इक्विटी लिंक सेविंग स्कीम्स जो है वो म्यूचुअल फंड्स ही ये ऑफर कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज अ बिगर टर्म. Equity linked savings schemes are just part of mutual funds, right? So mutual funds can offer other products also, of which ELSS schemes are just one part, right? और जैसे अगर कोई आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट कंपनी है तो वो तो किसी भी तरह का एसेट आपको ऑफर कर सकती है, विच कैन बी म्यूचुअल फंड्स आल्सो, विच कैन बी ELSS आल्सो, राइट? So if you are an investment company, right, उस केस में if you are, let's say, Goldman Sachs, right, you can offer mutual funds also, you can offer ELSS also, you can offer equities and debt also, right? So mutual fund एक मतलब they can be a separate company also, and an investment company can offer both of these kind of investments, right? So the basic difference is between the nature. म्यूचुअल फंड का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, दैट इज व्हेन इट पूल्स मनी फ्रॉम रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स. सी, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर 1, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर 2, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर 3, like this, right? And because these investors individually can't invest a large sum of money, so they pool their money, right, and then give this to mutual fund, and mutual fund says that we will invest on your behalf in stock market, right? So this is your mutual fund. Now this mutual fund can also offer you ELSS. Okay? So mutual fund is a bigger term than your ELSS, which can also be offered by your investment company, not just a standalone mutual fund. Clear? I hope it's clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the last
Yes,
one
ma'am.
is your unit linked insurance policy. ठीक है? So इसमें क्या होता है that it's an insurance product only, right? But it will offer you the combination of so it will offer you the combination of insurance and investment at the same time, right? If you look at different products of LIC, तो उसमें इस तरह के बहुत पॉपुलर हैं, right? So people are paying some amount, whatever premium they pay, LIC का प्रीमियम, उसमें से कुछ अमाउंट जो है it will go towards your insurance and the rest will be invested, right? And उसमें फिर क्या होता है कि after certain years you will get this much money back from LIC, right? So even if you go for a government job, ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट जॉब में भी और इनफैक्ट दूसरी जॉब्स में भी, तो वो इनिशियली ही आपको चूज करवाएंगे दैट वेयर डू यू वांट योर PPF, क्योंकि उन एम्प्लॉय जो गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज है उनके लिए दिस इज कंपल्सरी. ये जो अभी हम यहाँ डिस्कस कर रहे थे PPF, जो दूसरे एम्प्लॉयज है उनके लिए ये कंपल्सरी नहीं है. दे कैन गो फॉर ELSS ऑल्सो, राइट? दे कैन गो फॉर NSE ऑल्सो, बट गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज को करना ही पड़ता है इसमें, ठीक है? So if 7%, 7.5% is employees' contribution to EPF, so equal amount of contribution will be made by employer also in your government service, right? तो उनका ये PPF compulsory करता है, right? Coming back to the topic, we were talking about insurance and investment, right? So if you invest, in any policy given by LIC or GIC or other, private insurance companies, so in that case, you get some amount back as your investment, right? So they were, initially they were not very popular. Why? Because investment may they were not very consistent returns, right? So people thought that, why put money in something which is where we are not even certain, because majority of people are risk averse, right? So these investments of ULIPs, इनको हम ULIPs बोलते हैं, they did not, become very popular. करते हैं लोग, ऐसी बात नहीं है, बट इतनी पॉपुलर नहीं है जितना आपको PPF और NSC का मिलेगा, ठीक है? अब ये यूलिप्स जो है ये भी ATC के डिडक्शन के लिए एलिजिबल है, राइट? योर NSC, दिस EPF, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में आई टोल्ड यू 20,000 तक प्रिंसिपल एग्जाम्प्ट है, राइट? So ELSS also, your ULIPs also. So all these investments are eligible under ATC. ठीक है? So 1.5 lakh का जो आपका exemption है, ATC, ATCCD, so these kind of sections in income tax, उसके अंडर आप इसमें इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? तो अच्छा, इसमें और एक होता है. सो आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज. सो आई वांटेड टू टेल यू दैट these days when you take that, you select that PPF में आपका इतना अमाउंट जाएगा, तो at the time of joining they will ask you that they will give you different kinds of funds कि ये जो आपका PPF का मनी है ये हम आगे कहाँ पर इन्वेस्ट कर दें, because government is keeping this money of yours, right? And they will give you at the time of retirement. So government is not going to sit idle on that kind of money. They are going to invest it somewhere, earn interest on it, and use it for apparently for the welfare of the public, right? So they will ask you, उसमें जो फॉर्म होता है उसमें कई ऑप्शंस रहते हैं कि आपका SBI में आपको करना है, SBI इक्विटी फंड्स में करना है, HDFC का करना है. तो इस तरह के कई उसमें ऑप्शंस रहेंगे which are equally good, right? And you have to tick minimum of 3 funds where you want this PPF money to go. By ticking these options, you are telling them that this is the amount of risk that I am taking. I have done my personal research and I personally think that, SBI equity fund is better than your Reliance fund, and that is why I'm ticking here. Okay? So in case in future any of you join any government job, so you will come across such forms, right? So do your research before ticking such options.
So
Yes,
ma'am,
any question?
the maturity amount which you get depends on the interest which is earned by the government or maybe the loss incurred by the government. Is it so?
The maturity amount.
Like the PPF which we get after like giving our retirement.
Yes.
So
No,
like
the rate is fixed. This PPF rate is 7.1%. ठीक है? Lock-in period is 15 years and rate is fixed. ऐसा नहीं कि इसमें वेरिएशन होगा. इसीलिए तो लोग somebody who is risk averse, तो वो आपको 7.1 देंगे ही देंगे, ठीक है?
So like why do the government ask us to like tell that where should we invest? Because
इसमें
like
हो सकता है certain उसमें हो सकता है for certain employees, अगर वो इस तरह का रिस्क उठा रहे हैं, so maybe they might have added a variation. I will also have to check. Is that Utkarsh?
okay.
So I will also check and get back to you, because I recently came across a friend who was, asking me this question, that which fund to invest in, right? Because he had just joined during lockdown, right? So I will also check and get back to you that why are they asking them to fill these options when the rate is fixed, right? So I'll clear that up in the next class.
So ma'am, like anyone can invest in these PPFs or only government employees can? Like,
Anybody can invest. Anybody can invest. बस आपके पास पैसा होना चाहिए. You can invest. ये जो
So as you
employees,
mentioned कि
अच्छा, there is one more difference. ये जो एम्प्लॉयज आपके गवर्नमेंट वाले करते हैं ये रिकग्नाइज प्रोविडेंट फंड में करते हैं, ठीक है। So maybe for that, the return is there is variation in return based on what you select. ठीक है, हो सकता है कुछ component उन्होंने fix कर दिया हो and over and above that component it might be subject to the options that you have chosen, right, and the market return.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have a question. I don't know if it is part of our syllabus or not, but somewhere
Mm-hmm.
I read a good, like a newer option to, which is as safe as investing in mutual funds is index funds. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that we're going to study about more in this course, or
हाँ, आ
like,
जाएंगे, आगे आ जाएंगे अभी। आई थिंक एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड्स आगे लिखा ही होगा कहीं पे, सो वी विल डिस्कस दैट आल्सो. So
अच्छा, okay.
index funds are nothing but, so these funds are formed on the line of a famous or a popular fund. Suppose karo if I establish a Sensex fund, so the
Hmm.
ratio in which these companies have been chosen in the fund, in the same
Hmm.
ratio I will invest in that. I will decide the composition of that index fund, right? So people believe or tend to they tend to believe that because you have top performing companies in Sensex, right? So they
Yeah.
think that these companies are not going to go down. So
Hmm.
index funds are somewhere safer than your mutual funds, right? Because anyway you are investing in the top performing companies only.
But
Okay.
मैम आई हैव अ
तो
डाउट
ये देखो अब
मैम.
नेक्स्ट आ ही गया आपका एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड्स. हाँ, एनीबडी किसी का डाउट
यस
है,
मैम.
कुछ बोलो.
यस मैम. मैम जो
मुझे
आपने
अपने
उसमें
नाम
मेंशन.
बताते रहा करो साथ साथ में ना.
मैम शिखर, मैं वाज सेइंग कि जो लास्ट वाला आपने मेंशन किया था कि हमें 3 ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं, जैसे आपने
हम्म.
एग्जांपल दिया था एसबीआई और रिलायंस वगैरह का. मैम तो वो
हम्म.
सारे इक्विटी लिंक्ड सेविंग स्कीम्स के ऑप्शंस होते हैं जो हमें गवर्नमेंट प्रोवाइड करती है एज अ पार्ट ऑफ पीपीएफ.
यस. वो नहीं, एक्यूटी लिंक्ड नहीं होते वो. सी इसमें एक्यूटी लिंक्ड नहीं होते, वो एक तरह के फंड्स होते हैं. अब वो फंड में किसी भी तरह का कॉम्पोजिशन हो सकता है. वो अगर उसका नाम एसबीआई है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि उसमें सिर्फ एसबीआई का ही होगा. देयर विल बी एन नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज इन दोज फंड्स जिसमें वो इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. बस एक बेसिक डायरेक्शन इन उसकी डिफाइंड होती है कि जैसे सपोज करो उसके एंड में जी लगा हुआ है, सो इट मीन्स अ ग्रोथ प्लान, राइट. तो उसमें एक होता है जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि जो न्यूअर कंपनीज होती है ना, एंड दोज कंपनीज विच आर डूइंग वेल, उसको हम बोलते हैं ग्रोथ फर्म्स. ठीक है. तो ग्रोथ
ओके.
फर्म्स व्हाट दे डू इज दैट दे वो डिविडेंड आपको कम देंगी इनफैक्ट, राइट. why? Because they tend to retain the money in the company because they have more growth options with them, right. But a company which is very big, let's say Tata's का कोई company है, right, or let's say ONGC. So in that case, they tend to give you stable dividends because these companies have already matured. They are not new or growth firms. Okay? So they have already peaked and they are able to give stable dividends. So either investor should know that where they are investing, it is a growth firm. That is why they are not giving dividends. But if ONGC stops giving dividends, there is no reason for it to not give dividends, right? Because it is not a growth firm, right? So the wisdom lies in giving out these stable dividends, right?
यस
So
मैम.
what was your question again?
मेरा क्वेश्चन वाज लाइक यू सेड ना कि हमें ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं कि हमें किस में इन्वेस्ट करना है.
Hmm.
तो और यू गेव द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ एसबीआई एंड रिलायंस, सो आई थॉट
Yes.
कि गवर्नमेंट इक्विटी लिंक्ड सेविंग स्कीम में इन्वेस्ट करती होगी.
So that does not, Shika, that does not need to be an ELSS. In fact, trust me, it will not be an ELSS. ठीक है. So there will be different kinds of funds. उसमें composition जो है वो वेरी करेगा, अलग अलग उसमें कंपनीज होंगी. ठीक है. It's not going to be an ELSS. ठीक है. So the next is exchange traded funds, right? So exchange traded funds, or we call them ETFs, right? So this is nothing but these are basket of securities. एक basket होती है securities की, and they are traded just like an individual security. This is similar to your SDRs. I hope everybody is familiar with the concept of SDR, special drawing rights. What are SDRs? Yes, anybody? See, when initially, still also our economy is dependent on dollars, right? तो उससे क्या होता था, डॉलर को बार बार डेप्रिशिएट करना पड़ता था व्हेन इट वाज पेग्ड टू गोल्ड आल्सो, सो दे हैड टू रिवाइज द गोल्ड स्टैंडर्ड आल्सो. So after that, they came up with they removed the gold standard, right? So अब जो डॉलर है, that does not work on gold because it डॉलर का ट्रेड इतना ज्यादा होता है globally, so you could not, the gold standard could not, continue, right? So in order to combat that, that everywhere, dollar is being used, so IMF came with this new set of currency, which is nothing but a basket of currency, right? तो उसमें आपके जितनी भी डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज हैं, उसकी 4-5 कंट्रीज की करेंसी है, उसको आप स्पेशल ड्रॉइंग राइट्स बोला जाता है. सो कंट्रीज कैन डिपॉजिट देयर मनी विद आईएमएफ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एसडीआरस, राइट? सो इसमें जितनी भी आपकी डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज हैं, उनका जैसे आपका ये हो जाएगा, यूएस का ये पाउंड हो जाएगा, देन योर स्विस फ्रैंक, राइट? तो 4-5 करेंसीज का बास्केट है विच इज कॉल्ड एसडीआरस, राइट? Similar concept is applied to ETF, right? So you create a basket of individual securities, right? And turn it into a basket and trade it just like a bundle, which is just like an individual stock, right? Now this bundle or this basket will track an index. ठीक है? Let us suppose that it is going to track your Sensex. ठीक है? तो अब इस बास्केट में ये जो आपके पास बास्केट है, so money will be invested in securities of this index in the same proportion as that in the index itself, right? तो जो आपकी composition सेंसेक्स की है, वही सेम composition हम इस बास्केट की बनाएंगे, right? And that will be called your exchange traded funds, right? So the first ETF in India was Nifty Benchmark Exchange Traded Scheme, right? तो
मैम ये सेंसेक्स वाला नहीं समझ रहा हूँ कैसे हम
नहीं समझ आया, 1 मिनट समझाती हूँ. सो दिस वाज नोन एज दिस, ठीक है? सी, आपका सेंसेक्स है, सेंसेक्स में कितनी होती है? जो आपका बीएससी सेंसेक्स 30 कंपनीज होती हैं, राइट? तो 30 कंपनीज में आपका जो कॉम्पोजिशन है, सपोज करो टीसीएस जो है इसमें उसका 10% शेयर है, राइट? इस तरह से रिलायंस का 12% शेयर है, ऑयल ले लो, ओएनजीसी का 14% शेयर है, ठीक है? अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, लेट्स टेक सम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कंपनी आल्सो, राइट? Power Finance. I'm not sure whether it is there or not. I'm just giving you an hypothetical example, right? Let's say this is 6%, right? So this will be the composition of Sensex, right? कि हर कंपनी का शेयर का हमने कितना % composition रखा है in Sensex 30, right? Now what does this Sensex does? It tells you, it's kind of a pulse of the economy, right? So if any foreign investor or even an Indian investor has to see that where the economy is going, right? So they will simply look at Sensex or Nifty, right? If it is going up, so because it involves all the major sectors, right, of the economy, it will tell you that whether economy is progressing or it is going down, right? Now what ETFs do is that they will create a similar basket. सेम इसी तरह से ये इतना इतना इस सिक्योरिटी का खरीद के सेम रेशो में दे विल फॉर्म अ बास्केट, राइट? तो अगर ये इसका रेशो अगर बना लोगे 10:12:14:6, राइट? तो दे विल बाय द सेम सिक्योरिटीज फ्रॉम दीज कंपनीज, राइट? बिकॉज this is just an index, it's an indicator of the progression in the economy, right? So they are not buying the securities here, they are just listing in the index in order to symbolize the performance of the economy. Now ETF, what they will do is they will actually buy these securities in the same percentage, in the same ratio, right? So essentially what we have done is we are trying to copy the performance of the index, that wherever economy is going, we will go there. I hope it's clear now.
Okay, so ma'am, basically, like if we want to buy the companies in the same proportion in which Sensex is listed, so there came the exchange traded funds, right?
Yes, yes,
Like we'll buy these ETFs, which will have these Sensex companies, right?
yes. तो दे
So
विल बी देर आर अदर इंडेक्सेस ऑल्सो सेंसेक्स हो गया आपका निफ्टी हो गया इसमें भी जैसे आपकी डाउ जोन्स के इंडस्ट्रियल एवरेजेस बहुत फेमस है राइट डीजीआई है तो उसमें भी कई है उसमें डाउ जोन्स 20 होगा डाउ जोन्स 100 होगा राइट सो देर आर मेनी मेनी इंडेक्सेस आपका निकी हो जाएगा जापान का राइट इस तरह से फॉर डिफरेंट कंट्रीज देर आर डिफरेंट इंडेक्सेस so you can invest you can form an ETF on the basis of any of the indexes right अच्छा टाइम कितना हो गया because I have another class also अच्छा we have time so the first ETF which was launched in India was Nifty Benchmark Exchange Traded Scheme so it was known by this abbreviation Nifty Benchmark Exchange Traded Scheme right तो उसके बाद तो अब जो है आपके गोल्ड ईटीएस भी आ गए राइट तो गोल्ड ईटीएस में क्या होगा दे विल फॉलो द प्राइस ऑफ एक्चुअल गोल्ड ठीक है तो ईटीएस में क्या होगा इसमें फायदा क्या है कि आप इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग भी अलाउड है इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग इज अलाउड राइट तो अब इसमें और इंडेक्स फंड्स में आपका जो वैसे दे आर वेरी सिमिलर कॉन्सेप्ट जो आप पूछ रहे थे इंडेक्स फंड्स और ईटीएफ्स राइट सो द ओनली डिफरेंस इज दैट इसमें आप जो है इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग कर सकते हो वेयर एज इन इंडेक्स फंड्स यू कैन नॉट डू दैट क्लियर इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग नहीं होती है सो इट इज मोर फॉर दी पैसिव इन्वेस्टर्स आपने कर दिया इन्वेस्ट फिर आप थोड़े टाइम बाद उसको रिव्यू करोगे अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट को दैट हैपेंस इन योर इंडेक्स फंड्स राइट
मैम मैम
यस
तो ईटीएफ के अंदर सिंस यू सेड इसमें इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग अलाउ होती है तो इसके अंदर लाइक आवर प्रॉफिट्स एंड आवर लॉसेस आर डिक्टेटेड बाय हाउ दैट एंटायर लाइक हाउ निफ्टी परफॉर्म्स लाइक सारे उसके अंदर जितने भी शेयर्स हैं वो कैसे परफॉर्म करते हैं इन टोटलिटी इंस्टेड ऑफ लाइक वन पर्टिकुलर शेयर
अगर ये मेरी कॉम्पोजिशन है ठीक है अगर इसमें से सिर्फ पीएफसी डाउन जाता है राइट बाकी सब सेम रहते हैं तो जो ओवरऑल सेंसेक्स है वो डाउन ही तो जाएगा है ना अगर इसमें से ये ऊपर चला जाता है और ये नीचे चला जाता है सो द
No,
नेट
I can't see your
डिफरेंस
pen. I can't see your pen. आप मेरे को I couldn't see कि आप ये
अच्छा
किस पॉइंट कर रहे हो.
ये ओएनजीसी सपोज करो अप जा रहा है ठीक है ये पीएफसी
हम्म
जो पावर फाइनेंस कॉर्पोरेशन है ये डाउन जा रहा है तो
हम्म
सेंसेक्स विल डिस्प्ले द नेट डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू राइट
हम्म
अगर
हम्म
सपोज करो ओएनजीसी ज्यादा राइज कर गया पीएफसी से तो सेंसेक्स
हम्म
विल डिस्प्ले यू अ नेट राइज इंस्टेड ऑफ नेट डाउन तो वो ग्रीन
right
सिग्नल शो करेगा इंस्टेड ऑफ रेड राइट so
right
whatever happens either in index funds or in ETFs only the net changes are displayed because आपने यहाँ पर सब में इक्वली तो सेम इन्वेस्ट करा अगर यहाँ पर सेंसेक्स में मेरा नेट डिफरेंस दिख रहा है तो ये जो इंडेक्स फंड्स था या फिर ईटीएफ है इसमें भी तो नेट डिफरेंस ही तो दिखेगा
right
बिकॉज द कॉम्पोजिशन इज सेम राइट तो
got
इसी
it
तरह से गोल्ड ईटीएफ जो है उसको हम पेपर गोल्ड भी बोलते हैं राइट सो व्हाट हैपेंस इन दैट ये भी बहुत पॉपुलर हो रहे हैं स्पेशली जब से आपका लॉकडाउन हुआ है तब से पेपर गोल्ड को बहुत बूस्ट मिला है इंडिया में राइट सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट बिकॉज पीपल कुड नॉट गो आउट टू बाय द गोल्ड राइट दे स्टार्टेड एंड गोल्ड वाज राइजिंग लाइक एनीथिंग अभी भी आप देखोगे तो बहुत हाई जा रहे हैं उसके रेट्स राइट so then people started investing in paper gold or your ETFs ठीक है तो आप घर बैठे उस पे और अभी लॉकडाउन में डेली चेंजेस भी आ रहे हैं बहुत अप डाउन हो रहा है राइट तो somebody who is into intraday trading अगर उसको पता है कि ये आज मतलब 10% राइज हो जाएगा राइट तो इन वन डे यू कैन अर्न 10% ऑन पेपर गोल्ड राइट वही अगर आपने शॉप से जाके खरीदा होता तो आपको सपोज करो सुबह जो 9 बजे था इतना रेट था और दोपहर के 12 बजे 10% राइज हो गया so it's quite possible the moment you reach the store the price has already increased and you have to buy it on 10% extra right so for that ETFs and it saves you also from going outside in lockdown right so that is why ETFs gold ETFs became very popular during lockdown right then come your derivatives अच्छा किसी को कोई डाउट है because somebody had turned on them
yeah. So on this paper gold is kind of an ETF.
yes yes उसी को हम पेपर गोल्ड भी बोलते हैं, गोल्ड ईटीएफ्स को.
Ma'am, even I have a doubt. In the Sensex table, we have companies from all over the world, right? Not just Indian companies.
What is your name?
Ma'am, Rushali.
Rushali. Rushali, tell me, can you define what is Sensex?
Sorry, ma'am, it's the table that you just explained, right? In which there is the composition of every company's.
See, the problem is that, what happens is that, there are 30 companies, okay, that we have to select. That is clear with you? That there are 30 companies in BSE Sensex, right? Yes, Rushali, am I audible to you? I think Rushali, are you there? Acha, there is some issue with the mic. So you can type out your doubt. Are you able to connect, Rushali? Yes, Rushali. I think she's not able to connect right now, right? So we will move ahead. जब वो वापस आएगी, then we will
Ma'am,
continue.
she's typed in her doubt. You can see now.
Okay. All the companies in the Sensex are Indian companies, right? See, this concept of Indian is very confusing, because if you see, there are Indian companies such as Reliance, which will be listed on other stock exchanges also. NYSE पे टाटास की जो companies हैं, ये भी तो listed होंगी, right? And the country of origin matters a lot. There are many companies which we consider Indian, but their origin will be somewhere in your East Asian countries, because the rules are very, very relaxed, right? So this concept which we think that what is Indian and what is not. अभी जब ये चाइना के अगेंस्ट भी there was this anger in the public after this the spread of the disease, right? So most of the people have Chinese brands with them, and they don't even know, and they think that it is excuse me, they think that it is Indian, right? Similarly, all those who have Apples, iPhones, right, they are designed in your US, but they are manufactured in China, right? So this concept that are they Indian or not, it is very tricky, because हो सकता है उनकी प्रोडक्शन कहीं ताइवान में हो रही हो, रजिस्टर्ड वो इंडिया में हो, राइट? So don't go into this concept of are they Indian companies or not, right? See, whatever company is added in Sensex, that is crucial indicator of the Indian economy, right? So ये जो है कि Indian है या नहीं, this concept in itself is questionable, because the production has been globalized, right? So ownership भी हो सकता है कि owners Indian हो, but the place of origin is not India, right? So how do you determine the Indianness of the company? By their owners, by their place of registration, by the places of production, or by the markets in which they are sold, right? So there are different criteria by which you can determine the Indianness of a product.
Okay, so ma'am, like why some companies are listed on a stock exchange? Like suppose you said that in NYSE, Tata's and Reliance are listed, but not other companies. So like what's the difference? What's the criteria for
The
a company to
criteria
get
is the
listed?
scale. See, because Tata and Reliance have markets in US also, in Europe also, right? So So if
So
you are
that company has to have their sales or the market in that particular country, right? To get listed in
yes, you need to
that.
have operations there. That is the only aim. Why do you want to be listed there, right? Because you already have operations there, right? That is why interested in investing in your shares also. So either you have markets there or you have production there, right? So that would be the reason. Because why do you need to be listed on the stock exchange? Because in future you might want to raise money from the local people. So why do you want to raise money from the local people? Because you want to increase your production or increase your market there, right? So you need money for these two purposes only. तभी आप marketing भी करोगे अपनी product की, अगर वहां पे आप sell कर रहे हो, है ना? So the reason you get listed in any country is because you have operations there. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So next is derivatives, right? तो derivatives जो है, it's derivatives देखो अभी हम डिटेल में करेंगे, बाकी आप इसकी सिंपल डेफिनेशन समझ लो. दैट बेसिकली इट्स अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिटवीन टू और मोर पार्टीज, जहां पर जिसका वैल्यू ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन अंडरलाइंग एसेट. So we are trading on the basis of the underlying assets. Now these can be agricultural products also, your industrial metals also, precious metals also, right? अब इसमें दो तरह के ऑप्शंस रहते हैं. वन इज योर फ्यूचर्स, अदर इज योर ऑप्शंस. ठीक है, इसको अभी और डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे जब हमारा चैप्टर आएगा आगे, तभी आई वुड लाइक टू कैरी इट, राइट. इसके अलावा यू हैव योर कमोडिटी डेरिवेटिव्स एंड योर करेंसी डेरिवेटिव. ठीक है, कमोडिटी में द अंडरलाइंग एसेट इज योर कमोडिटी, जो मैंने अभी आपको बताया, मेटल्स और एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स, राइट. And in currency you are dealing in the differences in the currency pairs. ठीक है, अब करेंसी पेयर्स जो है, जैसे अब यूएस डॉलर और इंडियन रुपी, ठीक है, इस पे ये अंडरलाइंग पेयर हो सकता है, और आप इसमें किसी को लग रहा है कि डिफरेंस आ सकता है, ठीक है, कि आपको लग रहा है शाम तक जो है इसमें प्लस ₹2 हो जाएगा, राइट. तो यू विल प्लेस अ कॉल, यू विल इसमें एक तो लॉन्ग पोजीशन ले सकते हो आप, एक शॉर्ट पोजीशन लेते हैं. शॉर्ट इज, इसको हम बोलते हैं सेलिंग शॉर्ट. इट मींस दैट यू एक्सपेक्ट दैट द प्राइसेस आर गोइंग टू गो डाउन इन फ्यूचर, राइट. एंड लॉन्ग को हम बोलते हैं बाइंग लॉन्ग. You think that prices are going to go up in the future, so that is why in present what you do is that you buy the derivatives, and here you sell short. आप sell करते हो present में, because you think that prices in the future are also they are going to go even more down, तो आप present में ही उसको sell कर देते हो जो उसकी current price है. ठीक है, then you have your collective investment schemes. अब इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें एक कंपनी, दे विल कलेक्ट मनी फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टर्स, राइट, एंड दे विल फॉर्म अ पूल ऑफ मनी. ठीक है, लेट्स से दे फॉर्म अ पूल ऑफ 100 crore, right, and on behalf of the investors they will invest in different kinds of properties, let's say, right. And ये, see, the day to day management is not in the hands of the investors, right. That will be decided by the management only, right. So whatever units are issued by these collective investment schemes, right, they are compulsorily listed on the stock exchanges. So now SEBI has mandated these requirements. Why? Because there have been scams in the names of collective investment schemes. One such scam is Saradha scam. This everybody must have heard. Saradha scam of 2013. No? Okay.
Now we are not getting this collective investment scheme as well.
Acha. See, it is similar to the concept of mutual funds where you collect money from people, right? And इसमें म्यूचुअल फंड्स में क्या करते हो आप, आगे शेयर्स में या फिर डेट में इन्वेस्ट करते हो. ठीक है, कलेक्टिव इन्वेस्टमेंट स्कीम में आप क्या करते हो, रियल एसेट्स में इन्वेस्ट करते हो ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स, नॉट इन दी शेयर्स, राइट. सो आप उनको बोलोगे कि हम ये प्रॉपर्टीज खरीदेंगे बेचेंगे, फिर जो भी आपका डिफरेंशियल हुआ दैट विल बी योर प्रॉफिट एंड वी विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इट अमंग्स योर्स, अमंग्स द investors, right. So what happened in Sarada scam is that they were, people were offered a plot of land, or they were promised a flat at very or very high interest rates, right? So they had no business doing it. They were not actually, offering any flats. कई साल हो गए थे, लोगों को flats मिल ही नहीं रहे थे जो भी उनको promise किया गया था. और in some cities they were invested very high interest rates in return, right? So it was kind of a, fiasco, and it was a Ponzi scheme, right? And it had no business of that kind, right? So they were just collecting money, and then they had to go to the court, and the proceedings went on, right? And apparently they were, they met their fate, right? So उसके बाद जो 2014 के बाद, after your Sarada scam only, SEBI came up with very strict regulations, right, regarding your CIS schemes. So पहले प्रॉब्लम क्या थी कि इसको लेजिस्लेशन के अंडर लाना ही मुश्किल हो रहा था, बिकॉज schemes such as Sarada scam, they used to say that we are not collective investment schemes, so they did not come under the legal ambit of CIS. They used to call themselves chit funds, right? तो इसको लीगल एम्बिट के अंडर लाने में ही बहुत टाइम लग गया. एंड आफ्टर दैट नाउ सेबी इज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, राइट? सो they have mandated that whenever you float a CIS, right, so you have to get it listed on stock exchange, so that people have the option that if they are not satisfied with the scheme, they can sell it to somebody else, right? So you cannot float the scheme if you are not listed on the stock exchange. Clear?
Now, what are these chit funds?
चिट फंड्स बेटा अभी तो बताया, सरादा स्कैम जो हुआ है 2013 का. So what they do is they go to these small cities, they take money from people, they promise them कि ये बहुत interest आपको इस पे मिलेगा, या फिर after few years we are making flats, we will give it to you, right? So they offer these kind of things चिट फंड्स में. बट कुछ में जैसे इनिशियल 1-2 साल में आपको कुछ रिटर्न्स मिलेंगे भी, उससे फिर people become confident that they are actually getting something out of it, right? But after 1 or 2 years they stop, then they don't give any returns, the fraudulent ones, right? So this is what happens in chit funds. The last one is your real estate investment trusts, right? So these are the companies which will because people cannot keep on buying or purchasing the properties for investment. In जो एक middle class इंसान है, they can only invest in buying one house property for themselves, right? So in order to earn interest on, or earn profits on real estate, people can give their money to these estate investment trusts, and they will invest in real estate, either residential or your commercial properties, right? And then they keep buying and selling, and whatever is the differential, that is distributed among the holders of this the units of the trust, right? So these were different kinds of instruments, right? So that was it, right? For your basics of investment, right? In next class we will start with risk return trade-off. Okay, I think the time is also up, so I'll just stop it here. Okay, and I think everybody is present in the class, right? So I'll mark everybody. Wait a second. There are 26 students, right? So I'm stopping the recording here.